going on, everybody? I'm Harrison Graham.
And I'm Chase Sr.
We launched a brand new show just a couple of weeks ago here at Chat Sports, and it's called Any Given Thursday.
We go live every single Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. So the video that you're about to watch aired live on that show. Make sure you subscribe and join us on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel.
It is NFL Mailbag time here on Chat Sports. Any Given Thursday, we go live every single Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. with you. If you want to get going with our sports betting partner, see the link below. It's chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code CHAT125. All right, let's go to Noah Dye using the hashtag NFL Loyal Watcher of AGT. Will there be a team that goes 17-0 this year or a couple of years from now, and who do you guys think it'll be? No, because the Chiefs lost already.
Chiefs lost, and maybe some people think, okay, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers return everybody from last year's Super Bowl team with the exception of 10 players and every single coach. But I think that defense has holes. And honestly, Harrison, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I don't think there's a lot of value in going 17-0. Why would you exhaust yourself throughout an extended regular season so that when you get to the playoffs, you might be zapped?
I think the Patriots ran out of gas in 2007.
So they run out of gas, but also there's that mental and emotional fatigue of trying to be perfect every single week. And I don't think there's value in that. Plus, you don't need to go 17-0. No. I mean, win 12 games, win 13, you'll be fine and lock up that 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah, everybody freaking out about the Chiefs already losing the game. That's a huge weight lifted off their shoulders. They threw out the 20-0 idea or in the offseason. That's over now.
Yeah.
Now they can
not with that defense. You ain't going undefeated.
Yeah, no. Now they can focus on winning the AFC West, and like you said, win 12, 13 games, you'll be just fine. I don't see 17-0 on the schedule this year for anybody, but we'll see what happens. You never know at the end of the day. Evan Hinders next up using hashtag NFL. Should the Steelers trade for Donovan Peoples-Jones? I wouldn't hate it, but he's got a role in Cleveland, and that's an interdivision trade.
Has a role in Cleveland. The Browns aren't going to trade him to a division rival in Pittsburgh, but also it doesn't matter if the Steelers trade for a wide receiver or not because Big Ben Roethlisberger can't throw the football.
Oh, my God.
I think the elbow is zapped, the arm is zapped. Our guy Tom Downey, who is one of our football experts here, was popping up a graph of Ben Roethlisberger's throws throughout the first 2 weeks. It is not good. He can't throw the ball downfield. No, it's really bad, and that offense for Pittsburgh has been completely stagnant. So for those reasons, I don't think the Browns are going to make that trade, nor do I think the Steelers are going to make that trade either. I will say this, though. Pittsburgh over the last 10, 15, 20 years has done probably the best job of all 32 franchises of developing wide receiver talent.
Yeah, they have.
The long list of premier wide receiving talent that Pittsburgh's been able to develop over time has been fabulous. But Donovan Peoples-Jones, like him as a player, don't think he's getting traded to the Steelers.
And honestly, receiver's not their problem. It's quarterback.
No, it's quarterback.
I mean, can they trade for Baker Mayfield? I think they'd much rather do that than keep rolling Big Ben out there. Matt Solomon, Raiders question. Will the Raiders win the division and go to the Super Bowl?
If you're asking Mitchell Renz.
Is this Mitchell Renz? Is this his show? Look, Matt, I will say this. 2 very good wins against teams that probably on paper have more talent than the Raiders. So that's nice. You beat the Ravens in a fun Monday night game. You go on the road. You beat Pittsburgh. The key for Vegas is, can they bring it week in and week out? Because they've started pretty well the last couple of years here, Trace is over there.
Trace is right there.
Yeah, I was looking at Trace, talking to Chase.
Trace and Chase.
It's all good.
We're on the race to first place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The problem is, do you trust Gruden's group to bring it for 18 weeks?
No, because previous history has shown you under John Gruden's leadership that the Raiders have fallen apart late in the year. Now, a big reason for that is defense, but they've fallen apart. Now, they're off to a 2-0 start, really 2 good wins against the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I certainly take stock in that. For me, this is really what it hinges on for Las Vegas. If David Carr is able to enter the top 5 quarterback zone, maybe even top 10, because I think he might be on the cusp of being a top 10 guy, then the Raiders can be an elite team.
Derek Carr, by the way. You pulled a unnamed sports book on that.
You know what I'm saying, right? So it all depends on Carr and if he's going to be able to take that leap, because there are legitimate weapons around Carr for that offense to be legit. So that and the defense, they got to step up.
Billy Bob 69. Are the Dolphins in trouble without Tua? By the way, Raiders beat the damn Dolphins without Tua.
Got to.
You lose that game, you are who we thought you were. So yes is the answer. And honestly, I'm still not sure if Tua's the guy. I don't mind Brissett as a backup, but I'm not confident that you're going to win a lot of games with Jacoby Brissett. I think he's a competent player at least, but you need a good running back for Brissett to play complementary football. Dolphins can't run the ball because their O-line stinks and Myles Gaskin's their starter. I think they're in trouble, man, with that O-line right now.
You know what's funny is everybody likes to hype up Chris Greer for the job that he's done as the GM of the Dolphins, and he's certainly made some good picks. He's made some good moves. He took Tua over Justin Herbert. And
to be fair, most guys
that's the indictment on him. Plus, the offensive line is bad too. Austin Jackson was a high pick 2 years ago. He hasn't been good.
He was
and that Dolphins offensive line is abysmal.
And I thought RC, who hosts our Dolphins show here at Chat Sports, youtube.com/Dolphins News, made a good point. As much as I like Jalen Waddle, they should have drafted a tackle. I mean, they should have drafted.
And I like Waddle too, but you needed a tackle.
You got to protect Tua first. So yeah, I do think they're in trouble, Billy Bob. Do you trust Jacoby Brissett? Why for yes and for no? Do I trust him to not screw it up? Yes. Do I trust him to go win a game for me without good help around him? No. And I don't think he has enough help around him. So I'm going to type my in for no. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Marquis Robertson, what is up, Chase and Harrison? Who do you think is the best team in the AFC and in the NFC? I'm still going to go Chiefs-Bucks.
I'm going Chiefs-Bucks.
I'm not going to fold 2 weeks in because the Chiefs' defense has struggled early on here. So Kansas City and Tampa, I think those are the two best teams. And let's revisit this in Week 5 and see if there are new developments. I will say this. How do the Rams, do the Rams make moves? Do they get into the mix?
I do like the Rams in the NFC equation.
They're a good team.
Very big game this weekend.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are a competitive team. There's good teams, but I still think it's Tampa and Kansas City at this point in time. Evan Hinders, my dad, a huge Niners fan. He thinks 49ers will go 12-4-1. Wow, predicting a tie in your record prediction, Trey Lance will start when they play Seattle. You're our Niners host. When do the Niners play Seattle first? Here in a few weeks?
In a couple of weeks, yeah. So they have the Green Bay Packers this week, and then they kind of go on a string of having to play a lot of NFC West teams, and they have a bye week in Week 6, so that's upcoming as well.
What do you think of 12-4-1?
I like 12-4-1. That was actually my last I had them winning 12 games as my last prediction. So 12-5 is what I had them going, 11-6 before that. But I think the Niners, if they can stay healthy, they're within that 10 to 13 win range. That's how good I think they are.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with that one. If you want to go bet on the Niners or whatever your favorite team is, there's really just one place to do it, and that is BetUS, because they have the best deposit bonus deal on the planet. Use the link below, chatsports.com/bet. Open it up in a separate browser, search that, boom, you get redirected to the BetUS site. Use the promo code CHAT125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. You put down $100, they're going to give you $125 for free. So get going with BetUS. I actually like the Niners this week to cover against the Packers. They've had their number in recent years. Chatsports.com/bets, /bet. That is the place to go for BetUS. All right, we'll speed it up here. A lot of questions have come in. Alizai Penn, do you see the Cowboys going 9-1 until they face KC? The schedule softens up,
no
but
chance.
9-1.
It's the Cowboys.
Also, it's 9-1.
Yeah.
Only the elite of the elite win 9 out of 10. If you win 6 out of 10, you're making the playoffs.
Yeah, there's no way.
So, yeah,
it's Dallas that we're talking
They're
about.
not going to go 9-1. There's just absolutely no chance that happens. Appreciate the question. If you go 7-3, Alizé, you're feeling pretty damn good, because that means you'd be sitting at what, 8-4? Yeah, you'd be just fine. Frank Gore fan, why haven't the Niners pulled the trigger on Frank Gore?
Because he's old. He's old. But, it's funny, going into this weekend's game on Sunday Night Football against the Packers, Kyle Shanahan had said that the Niners could start their 6th string running back. That's how injury depleted they've been in the backfield. But Kyle Shanahan did say on Wednesday, not yet ruling out maybe signing Frank Gore. I just don't think it's going to happen. Frank Gore has said, hey, I want to get into boxing.
Yeah, I don't think
Frank Gore is also very old. Look, from 2005 to 2014, Frank Gore was ridiculous.
Yep.
And, he's 3rd all-time on rushing yards behind Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith. So he's had a Hall of Fame level career. But look, Frank Gore, maybe we should be having this conversation several years ago, not now in 2021.
Yeah, I mean, he's pushing 40. What does Frank Gore really help at this point? Should the 49ers sign Frank Gore? Type S for sign, P for pass. I could use one, Marshall. Get your votes in, S for sign or P for pass. We got time for a couple more here. L2 Cloud, can the Bears make the playoffs? Look, if the defense played like it did in Week 2 and not in Week 1, or at least closer to the version we saw in Week 2, the answer is yes. Plus, obviously, the Justin Fields factor, right, Chase? I mean, if he comes in and gives you a boost offensively, who knows? Maybe this team could challenge in the NFC North.
Yeah, for those just joining us, we are going to be talking about Justin Fields a little bit later. I don't think that Justin Fields is going to give up the job. I think he's going to take it away. He's going to run with it, and he's going to prove to Matt Nagy, hey, you should have started me Week 1.
Yeah, Nagy's saying all the politically correct things to support his vet Dalton, but I firmly believe Fields is going to take this job. I just don't see Dalton getting back into the starting lineup, barring an injury from Fields. Forrest Phillips, who's a better play for Patterson or Claiborne? I don't.
Cordero?
Mo
Claiborne?
Mo Claiborne? Better player?
Oh, maybe Patrick Patterson. Or Patrick Peterson, he means.
Better corner?
Not Cordero. Yeah.
Mo Claiborne's not even in the league.
Yeah, he's not even in the league.
Embarrassing.
I'm stumped here. Please try to clarify that one because I'm lost. I like Cordero Patterson, but I don't know who this Claiborne is. So I guess I'll take the player who's active, and that's Cordero Patterson. Noah Dye, where do you guys think Richard Sherman will play? I think he's going to wait until about Week 6, Chase, and evaluate the scene. Who are contenders? Which teams need a corner? He visited with Tampa. I think that makes a lot of sense. They've had some injuries in the secondary. The Niners have as well. I think those are the top two for me right now.
And he posted videos this week of him starting to put in some workouts.
Yep.
So Richard Sherman, I don't think if he was done playing, he wouldn't be posting videos about him working out. So I think he wants to get back into the league. That scab is itching just a bit.
Yep.
And I agree with you. I think he's going to hop on board a title contender across the NFL. He's going to see how things play out. He's going to see which team probably fits best for him. It could be San Francisco or another team across the league that's cornerback needy.
We'll see what happens. Make sure you follow Chase and I on Twitter. We can't answer every question. That's why you guys can DM us. I'm at HGramNFL on Twitter. Give me a follow over there. Chase is at Chase_senior, so give him a follow. Here is Evan Hinders, #NFL.
Here's your fantasy question, bro.
Oh, hey, you know me. I love the fantasy advice. Start Najee Harris or Terry McLaurin on flex. It's very simple. If it's PPR, it's for sure McLaurin. And I think it's McLaurin either way. That Steelers O-line is a disaster. So I'm going to play Terry McLaurin. He had pretty good rapport with what's his name? Our boy, who's the quarterback?
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke, who's
landed a Bud Light
pretty
sponsorship the other day.
Oh, I missed that.
Heineken didn't hop on board, so Bud Light swooped in and said, you know what, we got you, Taylor.
Heineken said, win a couple of games, then we'll get back to you. He said, nope, I'm going with Bud Light. I'd go McLaurin there, Evan. Appreciate the question. What is your favorite NFL team? Let us know down in the comments, and we'll get some shout-outs going as well in the comment section as well. Favorite NFL team? Appreciate all the questions on today's mailbag.